While discussing the major events of the Second World War, till now we have seen how by employing the blitzkrieg or the lightning war tactic, Germany had managed to dominate the entirety of the first half of the Second World War. However, things were about to change, and that change was to be brought by the entry of the United States of America in the Second World War, which happened after the Pearl Harbor incident. Now, the Pearl Harbor incident refers to the Japanese attack on USA in the year 1941. Now, a question immediately comes to our mind. If the Pearl Harbor incident took place in 1941, where was US in the Second World War till that point of time? After all, the Second World War broke out in 1939. Now, if we remember the entry of USA in the First World War, even there USA was absent for a major part of the war itself, and only when its interests were targeted and precious American civilians lost their lives, only then did USA directly get itself involved in the First World War. Now, after the end of the First World War, USA returned to following its age-old foreign policy of splendid isolation, in which USA felt that its domestic affairs are only the one which deserves its concern and international affairs are a waste of its time. Now, this foreign policy was even more aggressively followed after USA faced the aftermath of the First World War, which included the Great Depression. Now, if you want to remember how bad things got in the Great Depression, an instance is right over here where you can see a mother is putting her 4 children up for sale. And this is as bad as it could have got during the Great Depression. USA no longer wanted something like that to happen again, and therefore decided to stay away from all forms of battles and wars and anything happening outside its continent. And when the Second World War broke out, it decided to stay away from the Second World War as long as the war does not reach its continent. Simply because USA was staying away from the war does not mean that they were completely ignorant to the war cause. The US President Roosevelt and majority of the American public were rather sympathetic towards Britain and